Hello, and once again, we are live to the Modern Mystery School UK EU podcast and YouTube channel. And today we are joined by the lovely Yagya. Yagya, how are you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. How are you doing, Ipsissima?
Very well, very well. And I'm really excited to find out about your story because here's the thing, you're from India, you went over to the US to study graphic design, and then somehow you've ended up, finding the mystery school and sharing the life activation back in India and many other modalities as well. So I just wanted to, first of all, how did you find the mystery school? What were you driving? Was it a religious thing? Was it, were you religious before? I mean, just can you tell us the whole thing?
Yes. So, I was in that very low phase of my life, very lost in terms of career, finances, education, social life. I was just not sure where I'm headed. What do I want in my life? Just had no answers, so much brain fog, and I was just stuck with substances. And in that moment, I tried everything, from like different cultures around the globe. I reached out to these healers. There's so many healers around the globe right now. So like, they're offering various healing modalities online, whether that's, any kind of Reiki or energy healings and so on. So I tried everything for like months, in fact, like 2 years, but nothing really helped me. And I was really looking to change and, come out of that phase, to find myself, to find my purpose, who I am, what am I here to do. And even though like I had some answers, but I wasn't able to act on it. And then I saw a friend of mine who was in a similar phase some time ago, and then I saw her transform 360 degrees, like complete shift in terms of the personality, the behavior, the skills, the talent, the education, like someone who's failing a class, getting jury prizes, and then doing big shows and events. And there's just like different glow on the face and the eyes. And I was like, what have you done? Like, what is it? And then she was like, I tried life activation from the school. And I was like, this sounds very, very woo. And I was like, I think they've scammed you. You should leave this. Well, I don't know whatever they're doing to you. But out of my desperation for help, because I tried everything and nothing worked, I was like, let me give it a try. 2 months later, I signed up for a life activation. I remember like I went to Lynn and I didn't know what to expect. I was like, okay, just do it, whatever it is. And she did the life activation. I was standing, sitting, standing. And I was like, okay, fine. I did it. And then as soon as I left the place, I was walking back to my apartment. It was like a 10-minute walk along the bay. Everything around me, the bay, the trees, the people, the street, everything like that I could see started to revolve around me. Like I can't explain that experience in like, in words. It was such a tangible experience. I felt like I'm in the center of this vortex. Like the entire universe is originating from me. Like very beautiful experience. That's when my journey started. And like that was a game changer. So that's how I was introduced to school. And yeah.
And it's so funny, isn't it? Because it's not logical. It doesn't, somebody's like, okay, you see the transformation in somebody else. You're like, okay, what are they doing? Maybe they've changed their diet, maybe, maybe they're taking some vitamins, because that's the logical mind, isn't it? And then they say, oh, we have this thing called a life activation. Okay. It doesn't make sense, does it? Because it is magic. It is something outside of logic. And I'm so glad that then you took that step and you went forward and you did the life activation. So, you did the life activation, you started to notice a little bit of change. And then what made you want to become a life activation practitioner? Because I'm guessing you were on track to do other things or.
So I was always, curious about magic and like always, I grew up watching all these magic related shows and I had a hint about, maybe the school is about magic and we do many more things than just like life activation. And then I remember signing up for Empower Yourself that that I was introduced to by Lynn. So I was like, okay, I'll sign up for that. And I went for the initiation, got the class. I was handed down these rituals. Everything was like, I was a bit, like I had sort of an ego clash. Like maybe not everything is true, but like I just took it and I practiced what I was told. As I practiced, I stopped doing the substances that I was doing, my health completely transformed. I started having very deeper meditative experiences. My financial issues started to disappear. Like in all areas of my life, I saw major shifts and changes. And it was my summer break, I remember. So 3 months later, when I went back to college, like over 10, 15 people randomly walked up to me and they're like, something has changed. What have you done? Like, it's not like, I gymmed or anything. I was the same, but I was not same. So they're like, something has changed. What is it? Like, you look different. There's something different about you. And it's so nice, like so good. So that was another like, a reinforcing thing for me that, yeah, it is actually working.
And you say you went to receive initiation. An initiation in our lineage is a 2-day course called Empower Thyself. And at the end, you receive initiation and you receive many rituals and tools to help us in the light, tools to help us progress in the light and to raise our vibration. Now, for you, is this available to everyone, or is it only certain people? Do you have to have a certain background or DNA? Do you have to be invited? Well, how does that work?
That's the best part about this, that it's available to everyone as long as you're life activated. So everyone, I'm actually encourage everyone to take this next step after life activation, because this is like the actual game changer. Because life activation is more like just switching on the light, but this is like the actual tunes to do the work after it. So like definitely go for it, and it's available to everyone. It's accessible to everyone, and yeah, like there's no as such prerequisite for it. And like honestly, like where I come from, and like I had a lot of these major self-esteem issues and that kind of stuff, especially being in America and Indian. There was a lot of racism and that also I faced. But like in this school, I think I've never faced any kind of discrimination on any basis, and I was welcomed with so much love. Every time I go, I in fact feel like I'm like going back to my home. So that's a very beautiful feeling. So I actually feel like people from all walks of life are welcomed with open hearts and a big smile, and I think that's the best thing about it.
That is one of the most amazing things I've ever heard on this show, actually, because you're right, and we all have difficulties, no matter what it is or in the world, and everybody's welcome. And I love that you've pinpointed that we all are received with that love and care. I love that.
Even sometimes in the family atmosphere or work or education, anywhere in the world, there would be some bias that someone faces sometime or the other. But the school is the only place where I've never seen any bias of any kind, for sure.
Well, I guess that's one of the reasons, I don't know, maybe that you then decided to become a life activation practitioner. And then did you decide that you would go home and do that? And now do you provide life activation and such like in India? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. So I had no plans of returning to India because I went to live the American life. But after like it changed my life so much, this life activation and empower yourself and all the other things that I, learned and gained, and that transformed my life, that I was really like, that I had this strong inner calling that, I have to return, go back to my hometown and serve people there, because there was no one serving this over here. And I also had this big shift where it was where like, I was like, this is my purpose to, be at service to others. And I always questioned like how and what and when. But I think after the Healers Academy one, when I was handed down the life activation, and I did life activate a few people, I got more clarity, like yes, this is it. Because when people come back with that, maybe not the same day or the same month, but when they come back like 2 months later or 3 months later, or maybe 1 year later, and they're like, my life changed and I am this whole new person, the joy that brings me, it's uncompared. And I just want to, just expand on that more and more. So that's the reason I've came back to India, brought it back with me, and I'm constantly, working on evolving myself further so that I can serve more and more in India.
I love that, because you're so right. It's not an overnight thing. It's not like a magic
Yes.
pill, that everything.
Yeah.
You're right. The life activation lasts forever. So it's going to
Yes.
work with us forever, and it'll work from where that person is. And so that's a really important point that you brought up there. It's
Yes.
sometimes people look back after a year and go, oh, actually, yeah, that was the turning point. So that's a really good point as well. So you're now in India, and can I heard a little interesting thing, and I'm a bit excited, but I've heard that it might be possible to receive initiation now in India. I've heard that we've got a guide coming over to visit you. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, we have our awesome, beautiful, very, very, very nurturing Erin Wallace coming to India in April. The dates are yet to be finalized, but I'm 100% sure we are going to make it happen in April in New Delhi. And I'm super excited for the first initiation that's going to be happening in India. And I encourage everyone to sign up for it, whoever is life activated and is in India. And so that we can grow the community and bring more and more of these classes and events to our hometown.
My goodness. Well, that is our time up, but we are definitely going to do a part 2, because I want to find out a little bit more how the journey is going in India, and and just talk about all the possibilities and the other things that are going on there, and such like. So thank you so much for sharing your story and making this available to many people in India. So if you're watching, the date is December 2025. So if you're watching before April 2026, you can go. You can go and receive your initiation and go to Empower Thyself. And please, Yagya's information is in the bio, so you can just drop him a line, and you can find about a life activation and such like, and that would be great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ipsosima Kate. It was an honor being here and talking to you. Thank you so much.
My absolute pleasure. And more to come. And thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.